Hey guys, it's Lori. It is February 27th. We have a day and a little bit extra to finish up the month. So we are going to talk about how to start March strong with um, talking about inviting people to events and parties and how to get them there and incentives and ways that we do that and whatever else we end up chatting about. But that's the kickoff subject of the evening. So I love seeing all my little screens filling up here. The more the merrier. If you know any consultants who want to join us or would like to be a part of this networking group every week, that would be great. Every consultant, Jeffrey, USA, Amber Region is welcome. Really anybody, but we do this all in English, so but any consultants that want to grow are welcome to be here. All right, so to start it off, does anybody have any ideas right off the top of their head on what they do for inviting people to parties or events in a way that works and has worked for them? How do you entice people to show up? Anybody?
Lori, this is Gina. We just put free. I mean, everything. We just put it in highlight and put free gift for all attendants. A free session, just so that we could get some sort of a attendance. But our attendance has been a little bit low lately. So that's why we're here, to see if there's some other ideas. I think we just have to, instead of just relying on, Facebooking, invitations and e-bites, and then I think we're just gonna have to go back to individually calling and doing the personal invitation. And then just utilizing it, making it more personal. Like, oh my gosh, I just thought about you and I thought you'd be so fun to attend this meeting or this party because we're doing this and we know how much you love lipstick. Something like that.
Yeah, I like the personal aspect of it.
Yeah, so we're really gonna give that a really good go. Good practice with a couple of scripts, I think. I think we all know our guests well enough to say, okay, we remember them from an expo that we met them at,
right,
or we met them at a previous party of some sort, somewhere, and just kind of always put that in there as well.
I like it.
I was thinking
the key. Because like I said, just doing those blanket things, because those things are all over. I get invited to, I know, a lot of Facebook parties, a lot of this everywhere, and people just skip over you forever,
Yeah.
So they're not answering the phone either. So, if you can text them and say, did you get my Facebook invitation? Did you get my e-bite invitation? My email? Those are the ways. You gotta do it 5 ways. Facebook, e-bite, personal emails, call, texting, those are the 5 ways, and you do it all to the same people.
Do you find that it's better, or do you both, do you and your hostess both do that, or are you talking about inviting to your own personal party you're hosting?
Our own personal parties. We have a party of the month that we do every month.
Okay.
And we're trying to get the attendance up. So I know, with lack of time, we haven't spent enough time on inviting. And I think that's where the downfall is. So we're going to try and really personalize it a little bit more and doing those 5 steps and calling people and say, hey, I haven't seen you for a long time. It would be great if you could come. I had a gal that showed up because she has never been to one of mine and she's going to be moving. So she decided to come. You just, all different reasons. I mean, people can make up 10,000 excuses of not to come.
Right.
But they don't really make, want to share why they're coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for your 5, it's call, Facebook, text, email.
E-bite.
What?
I use e-bite.
Oh, e-bite.
E-bite. Yeah.
So is that considered email on your list?
It is, but it's more like a fun. They have so many fun graphics, and I utilize that a lot. People love it. I did Read My Lips, the last one, and then we did their personality by looking at the piece of paper that they kissed. and it would give us, their personality on the shape of their lips. So we did that, and then this one I'll probably do the tube, lipstick tube personality.
Mm-hmm.
We try and do different ones every month. Whether it's all just, we don't try and do the same thing all the time. We don't do all skincare. We don't do all makeup, But makeup, I would say, is probably the more popular ones.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So when you do a makeup party, do you add in royal jelly?
Yes, just a real quick teaser on it.
Yeah.
Cleansing and moisturizing.
Yep.
This is what you could really have.
I try to get royal jelly pretty much into everything.
Yes.
But if they want color,
royal jelly foundation, royal jelly lipsticks, everything is in there. So
yeah, that's true. Cool. So if you said all 5, your list, I just want to make sure we got what your list, because I'm kind of taking notes. So it's calling, personal calls with more of a personalized invitation, like I thought of you because.
Mm-hmm.
And then Facebook, of course,
mm-hmm.
texting,
mm-hmm.
evites, and then is email your 5th, or?
And then you could follow up with an email, or a lot of people don't open a lot of things. So I don't, you just try everything you can to get them to look at it.
Cool. And do you do any reward? I mean, I know you said free gift for coming. Do you do a free gift for bringing as well?
Yes. And they do get to enter our drawing. We have specialized full-size products for entering, or if they bring a guest. And if they place an order, then we also let them enter our drawing for full-size products.
Okay, so
like
orders,
nail polishes, maybe a shower gel. I always just give them different things. Like if we're doing a makeup party, I'm not going to throw in a free lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
They can buy those. Then I try and do an opposite item.
Okay, yeah. Or full size. Cool. I like that. So is it evite.com? I can't remember. Is that
Evite, EVITE.com.
Yeah.
There's premiums which you can pay, or you could get the free graphics, and they're really cute. They're just adorable.
Yeah.
I use them quite a bit.
I've heard of it before. I just haven't used it, but I'm revamping my party thing this year. So
yeah, it's free. Yeah. So I mean, I do use it quite a bit, and they do send a reminder like 2 days before your event, and they'll send to people that haven't responded.
That's cool.
And that's when I get the most responses, like 2 days before.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Yeah.
I know. I always used to think people wanted a lot of notice, but I think when you give them too much, they forget, and they just like, oh man, I would have come,
Yeah.
So I think that extra reminder is great. Cool. Love it. Thank you. All right. Who's going to be my next victim? I mean, my next person who's going to share.
I'll go. I'll go next. So I do agree with the ways, because I am planning a couple of events, and I was like, I really need to figure out how to get the people in here. So I met someone that told me it really comes down to how far in advance I was putting out the information, especially since Mother's Day is coming up, and we're trying to do like a little thing with the facials, and they get the hair done and a little meal. I'm doing it with another person. So besides the ways that was just said, I'm also going to take into consideration when I do other events, I have this little flyer of the next upcoming event and telling them to follow me on my Facebook and my Twitter page and my business page, because I'm going to be posting the details coming up for example, we have a vendor's event for Mother's Day. So I post that up there, and then the event we're doing for Mother's Day. So getting people to follow me on social media when I do the updates. And then also I met a couple of radio personalities that was like, well, we're really trying to help small businesses. So if you want to do a 30-second commercial, like shout out or whatever, it was pretty much under between $20, $30 to do the shout out, and they'll blast it. Or I can take that commercial and link it to my social media pages. So just trying to do a little bit of other stuff besides that, because, you know, people will see it and they're like, oh yeah, okay. But it's like, you know, you want to get, you know, and I think it comes down to the wording. So I'm trying to, you know, words that'll just kind of like jump out, but keep it short and concise, but still give it a lot of details. So that's what I'm trying to tweak, not make it so long, but just certain keywords, because people's attention span is not that long, to draw them in so they can come and enjoy the event. So I'm trying to think of other ways too, but I know for sure I definitely have to kind of tweak it shorter and do a lot more legwork and putting those flyers out in different spaces throughout my area, not just relying on, you know, I'm calling folks and I'm texting folks, but I need to have a physical flyer up so that maybe that other customer that I don't know is seeing this event and saying, hey, I want to come to this. Mm-hmm. They never, you know, they're interested. So that's what I'm planning on doing.
Cool. I think having a radio person put the shout out for you, that's pretty cool. I mean, even just for name recognition, I think that's awesome, especially for that low of a price point. That's great. I love that. And I think that done in the right way, that could be really, like, even for Ignite, that could be a really powerful thing. If you have Ignite in your area, I don't remember if you guys have it where you are, but you know, or even just an event where you're going to be online on Ignite, or you're having a party or an event, that kind of thing, where you're actually going to host it, not necessarily a, you know, like I wouldn't do it for Portland Bridal Show, for instance, because I'm going to be there and that's not run by me. But for my own event, that would be really cool. So yeah, that's nice. I like that. And I like to follow you on Facebook for upcoming events. That's a really good hook, because, you know, even if they're following you for that reason, they're going to see all of your other things you're posting. So good job.
Exactly. And I did a couple of events this week, and I had probably 100 of those. So every time somebody came to the table for a hand treatment or whatever, because it was a big event that came to Charlotte. So I was all over the place, and I was like, oh, you know, we got this event coming up. We're looking for vendors here, but just follow me in the next week, because I'll have it up, because I know this week we're still wrapping up. And it was like, oh yeah, I'll follow you, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, it's getting them in there, because once they start following you and you're posting for your web page, then they're like, oh, well, let me go check out her web page. So it all connects together. It's just a lot of legwork, but you gotta do it. And then too, checking with the local radio stations, because the radio station actually had a platform where you can advertise for free. So pulling up your free advertisements when you having these events, maybe you're doing something where you're trying to get more people in to know about Jafra, or you know, just, you know, whatever event it is that we're doing for Ignite, they have free advertisement also. Because I've been researching different ways, like how can I get, you know, what I'm doing out when I'm doing these events where we're trying to get the product on people, and you know, so I've been trying to think outside the box. Outside the box thinking, yeah.
Cool. Who else has ideas? Thank you, Renzia.
Okay.
Well, in terms of thinking outside the box, this is Susan. I'm a newbie, and I'm actually on vacation in Las Vegas, of all things. I live in Washington, D.C., but when I came into the timeshare that I was going to stay in, there's this flyer that was laminated, and it was in like a clear plastic something that sits just on the credenza. And believe it or not, it was Mary Kay. And I couldn't believe that. I said, I was like, wow, I never thought that perhaps a timeshare of all places would allow you to advertise or to do a facial. And so I actually got the person at the front desk to make a copy, and I'll just read it to you. It was done in the colors, of course, of black and pink. It says, Mary Kay, complimentary facial every Thursday at 11 a.m. And then it said, save yourself time and effort by simplifying your daily skincare routine. Come and join us in the Cliff's room. You know, they have a room to try America's #1 best-selling skincare and be pampered with a makeover for your, with a make your facial happy treatment. First come, first served, must be 18 years of age or older.
Interesting.
That was interesting.
I wouldn't have even thought of that. That's a really good idea. I suppose it would matter. It would make a difference who owns it and what their rules are and all of that, of course. But that's there's timeshares everywhere. That's a really good idea.
I thought it was awesome, so I decided to go ahead and be a secret squirrel since I'm just starting out. I said, well, let me see what the competition. Not that we have competition, but so I actually went to it, and she has the whole thing set up with mints and the whole bit. And there were people on vacation and some people that lived in Las Vegas but were visiting people that were on vacation. So she had 6 or 7 or 8 people there, and I don't know what the sales were like, but people did buy. So I thought that was really neat. And she does it automatically every Thursday.
Wow, that's really cool. I wonder, you might even be able to do something like that at a hotel too, for the guests in the hotel. As long as you could, she did, schedule yourself. That's really interesting. Making me go,
Yeah, I
so
like
maybe,
the concept.
Could you maybe post that on the Facebook page? That would be a good thing for all of us to maybe do somewhere.
On Move It Monday? What are you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm taking notes on what everybody shares, and I'll kind of throw it together. But Susan, you're welcome to just put that out there and share your experience, because that's cool.
Well, and you could take a picture of it so we could see it and kind of get an idea of the wording.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, Lori, I'm on vacation, so I don't have access to anything, and I don't have a Facebook or Twitter or anything set up yet. Do you have a fax? I could fax it to you.
Yeah, I do actually. Or you can take a picture with your phone and text it to me, whichever way is easier.
Okay, then I'll do that. Okay.
You want my number?
Yes, I'll go right ahead.
It's 971. All right, write it down, guys. I'm kidding. 971-212-5520.
Okay, and then maybe you can put it on your Facebook or whatever so everybody can get it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, all right. Who else is wanting to share or can share?
I'm going to share real quick and add to that, but I have a lot of background noise, so I'm sorry.
Actually, it's okay right now. You're good.
What going to the timeshares is really good, and the hotels too. Even if it's in your backyard, because you don't know who's coming to your area for vacation. Also, retirement facilities, on a regular basis, they have, family day, so you can set up a table or do hand treatments and promote the new Jafra Spa hand creams. But yeah, doing that is really, really, really good. Partnering up with other businesses, chambers, or laundromats. I've been asked to come into the laundromat and pass out my flyers to share my products. In that, more and more people would come to the laundromat, and of course they're just sitting around waiting for their laundry to be done. So it's kind of a eye catcher, so I get to talk to them a little bit more about the opportunity if they need some money, and so that's been really helpful. But I really like the follow me on Facebook. That's really cool. You don't think of all the things that you're doing until you're actually ready to go and do it, and being prepared, having your survival kit, if you will, having samples, having flyers, having business cards, being prepared to do business at any time. That's probably the biggest key. Sometimes you think, if I'm going to go to an event on Saturday, I'm going to make it real quick, and then So you wait till Friday to prep, but if you had all your prep done on Tuesday, you'd be able to pass out flyers until Friday happens. So sorry guys, I'm gonna mute again.
Cool. Samples. Love it. I love the survival kit comment. That's funny. Just having stuff ready to go. I know there's we've a while back, somebody, and I don't even know who it was now, but suggested using those kind of like what Susan was talking about. There's like a cellophane with, it has a pull off stick, like self stick top on it, and it was just the perfect size for our brochures and some of the other flyers and things. You could slide them in really simply, and it would actually fit the royal jelly sachets as well. So if you could have two different things. You could have one handout with no sample in it, because you don't want to just hand those out like candy because it costs money. But you could also have your other set that has the sample in it for someone who says they want to do the 3-day test on half their face, or just someone that you've had a good connection with and you want to give them something with a sample in it. So you can get those on Amazon for really cheap. I think we decided the 6.5 by 9.5 size was the right size for everything to fit. And it just fits really neatly without a lot of extra wiggle room, so it looks professional and it's very clear, so it's really easy to see what's inside it. I've also used organza drawstring bags with the same thing, 8 by 10 size. You just put all the stuff in, and that's prettier if you want something a little fancier. It looks more like a gift. And those you can fit brochures as well as a few samples in it that are not flat, where the other one is a flat piece. So those are just two ideas for having stuff ready to go. I know some people that will not put the current brochure in it because they change all the time, but you could put together like 10 of them and say, and give yourself a challenge. Okay, I'm going to hand out 10 of these this week. And that way you know that you've put it together and it's not going to be the old brochure. And even if it was, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But I like to give out the new ones because, you know, then if they want to buy something, I have it. So just some ideas. Those are some tweaks. A long time ago, Lisa Washington and Cherie Lester started talking about $100 free to party with me, which rhymes, and as we all know, rhyming is the Jaffa way. I'm kidding, it's not really. But this is something I put together a while back. I think you guys have seen it flying around. I originally did this as everything you'd want to buy as a new consultant to be ready to have a party. Lisa and I put this together product-wise a long time ago. So then I just added the 100 free to party with me. So this is something that I will put online. It's square on purpose, so you can do it on Instagram easily or wherever else. It's just kind of an overview of some products. Obviously, clients can't purchase the eyeshadow palettes and stuff, but that's an upsell. So not an upsell, but hey, do you want to be a consultant? That's how you get those. That's kind of why I left those in there. But the idea with $100 free to party with me, we have an awesome hostess program, and if you can wrap that into that so you combine those two concepts. But it's a catchy saying that gets people interested. They're like, 100 free, yeah. But there's rules with that. So the rules are the party has to be $400 minimum. You could say 500, you could say 300, you could say 200. I choose 400. So 400 minimum. They have to give me 20 contacts, so guest names before the party. I'm flexible with that. So if they give me 15, but everything else is there, then I'm gonna give it to them. And the reason is that even if only 3 people show up at their party, you then have 17 other names to contact. Hey, you missed the party, but here's a special. I've included it through the next 5 days. And then the other piece is two future parties booked from that party, whether it's a facial or a party. So those are the rules in order for them to get the $100 free. So you just made $200 on a $400 party. You have 20 guest names, and you have 2 future parties. So spending $50, which is what that would cost you, to me is nothing compared to what I just got because they wanted that $100. Not to mention all the hostess program perks and stuff that you can even explain to them after you hook them with the $100 free to party with me. So that's something as an option. that you guys, this is the concept that you can use. Tweak it however you want. This is your business. It's something that you can make the rules up on as far as what you're willing to give away, what you're willing to work with. But these are just ideas for you to kind of get your brain thinking about something different you could do that might connect with someone new. All right.
Lauren,
you have a person there with you that probably has some experience too.
Yeah. If I could go back and interject, somebody said they'd share something at a laundromat or something like that.
That was Gail.
Okay. I understand about the expense of having a brochure and whatnot sitting there. You know, we have that month at a glance that you can print. And I would print those and then put your info on that, you know, and staple your card or print it right on the that month at a glance and just throw all those out. You could do hundreds of those and it wouldn't cost you as much as doing a full brochure.
Are you talking about, you mean to prospects or to clients? Because those are all,
you know, didn't somebody just say they left some stuff there at the laundromat? Yeah, if a place is letting you put information out and you don't want to have that humongous cost of putting out all those brochures, that's an easy way to do it. You can print a lot of those month at a glance sheet. It's a single sheet and get them out, and somebody will go, I can't quite see what that is. You know, they might call you and say, what is that? That looks interesting, or whatever, you know. It doesn't have to be, you know, a full book, but that's just an idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's quite a few flyers and stuff. Oh, you know what? How many of you guys know about Jaffa Print Shop flyers and brochures? Have you guys done those at all? You seen them? Okay.
No.
Let me show you something. Because I go there for my of course for my business cards, and you can get T-shirts there and stuff like that. But what I want to show you on here is it's very inexpensive for what you're getting. In fact, Gail, do you have that one still with you? I want to show you guys here in a second. All right.
I'm sorry. What were you? I just left
the Jaffa Print Shop brochure. I was going to show them how to do it, but if you could show them the finished version that you got, and maybe hold it up next to a brochure so you can see the difference in size. So basically, these are. I'll show you the pricing and stuff, but they have certain ones each month. So see, it's like a 4.5 by 5 size brochure, and you can personalize it with your information, and it has something the Jaffa's put together. And I think it's.
And then you can personalize it for the back.
All right, hold on, let me. Okay, Gail, I'm making you big for a second. There you go. So you can see that you have her information, and she chose to do one with a picture, but you don't have to. And then you have all of the information for that particular one.
And then there's this one also that has the complex and lift concentrate.
The original. Yeah.
But really, really professional done.
Yeah.
And they fit in your purse. Very good.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you on my screen. So this is Jaffa Print Shop, and because I logged in with my account, this is going to have my information on it. It's not going to have some other random person's. So here you see brochures and postcards. There's also posters. There's stuff specific to Jaffa, and there's flyers, which are 8.5 by 11. But what I wanted to show you is the brochures. You can order everything in English and Spanish. So it shows you. I'm going to choose one with a photo because I always do. They have different options. Okay, different options, and here you can personalize it. So you can put in whatever you want, and then you're going to select your picture. So basically, this side is automatic, right? So this is the inside, and you don't get to choose this because this is what their inside of the brochure is no matter what. But you can click on this part, and then you can choose over here. It says select your front image. So when it folds in half. So you got your front of the fold and the back, right? So you can choose either this front image, which it will then show you the preview, or you can choose one that shows the whole kit or the whole set, right? And then you click on the image library for the back image. And again, you can choose, do you want to just show them the Global Longevity Balm, which is here? Or do you want to show her putting something on her face? And you can, over here on the right, you can change this to be anything. This information is automatically in here because this is what I have on my, this is what I did last time, and or this is what I have on my business card with the last thing I ordered. So it automatically puts it in here for you. But as you can see here, you can get 100 of these for 40 bucks. That's really cheap. And it's personalized with Jafra. It's personalized. You can choose picture or no picture and have all this information and then just hand it out. And they're very simple, like Gail was saying, they fit right in your purse. And they change these periodically. So if we have new stuff, sometimes there'll be a new one. But they always have royal, just seems like they always have royal jelly in here. So it's just really cool. It's something different. It's all color. It won't take up a lot of room if someone doesn't have a lot of room. They can even fold it up and stick it in their pocket. It's really lightweight, but really nice. So just another idea. If you haven't seen that or haven't thought about using it, it's a really great tool. I would suggest, however, that you only order it by itself. Don't mix it with multiple things in that order. That tends to slow your order down. And try to think ahead a little bit, or because you can actually type in, 50% off this month or whatever. I would not buy, personally, I don't print pieces that are going to expire unless I know I'm going to hand out like 100 of them. But so the great thing about the royal jelly ones is they don't have a time sensitive piece, so you can order 100 of them or 200 of them and they're not going to expire because royal jelly is not going away. So that's really nice because you don't want to spend money on something that's going to not be available next week. So, and it does take a little while to get to you. Business cards tend to be pretty quick, and for whatever reason the brochures tend to be a little bit more, though I haven't ordered them recently, so they might have gotten faster, but it's just a great tool to use. All right, next person. Or do you guys have questions on that before we go jumping ahead?
Do you just go to jaffrashop.com?
jaffraprintshop.com. Yep. You can also get to it from Consultant Connection under resources or business management, maybe. I think it's under business management. But you can go straight directly there at just jaffraprintshop.com. And then once you upload your picture, it's in there. They save it in your account. So you can upload your photo one time. You can change it at any time from just uploading from your computer. It's pretty intuitive. If you ever order anything online, you won't have any issues. And we kind of mess around with it and change what you put in there. Like I'll show you on this one. So like this one says email. I wrote in email and info and shop, so I didn't just put the URL. And then I put under my phone number, I wrote cell and my cell phone number, and then I put my consultant number as this, because I put my consultant number on everything I put out, because if they decide they want to sign up or anything like that, I want them to have my ID number. So that's just my way of making sure it's always me that they're finding. So, any other questions? These are some great tips tonight, girls. I like it. I like it. Susan, you're lit up, but I think it's just because you have background noise, maybe. All right. Let's see. Vicky, can you talk, or is your connection okay?
Yeah, I can talk.
What do you do for your parties, or do you have any ideas or anything you want to share?
Well, something that always works for me with my clients, if I'm doing an open house or I do periodic things with my clients, is I tell them if they come to whatever it is I'm doing, they can get a product of their choice at half price and along with their order, so that they know that I am expecting them to order and that they will get it with their order. But I have never really had anyone come and just try to get something at half price. So it's something that people love to do, is get a half price item, and I'll let them choose whatever they want, because I want them to come and I want them to try different things. And usually they don't even remember sometimes, or they act like they don't. And they'll be done with their order, and I'll say, what would you like to get for your half price item? And they're like, oh, I forgot about that. And I said, and they'll suggest, well, have you ever tried this or that, and get them to try something at half price. So it helps your sales. You're not losing money, and it always works because my clients love it. So that's what I do.
And that's if they come to either a party or an event?
Well, it's usually if I'm doing, I'll do a open house, or I'll do a spring garden party, or, just some little party with my clients to get them to come. And I usually always have sale table, and they love to, buy things on sale too. So if they bring a guest, they get something, they get a gift also. And I'll have little bags, cellophane or whatever, with maybe a nail polish or a basket that they can choose something out of products that I'm trying to get rid of. You know what I mean. You all
yes,
have it.
I do.
You do.
Yep.
So it's just a way to get them to bring someone. And, I have always had it work for me. I usually do an email invite, and then if I invite a lot of people, I'll do dial my calls, and I'll do a recorded call. And, it really doesn't matter, because most people don't answer their phone anyway, so they're going to get it on their machine or whatever anyway. So they don't even know. They say, oh, I'm sorry, I missed your call. And it's great, because they think I called and left a message. So anyway,
Nice.
It works.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Cool. I love it.
What I would like to know is from the group is, because I'm trying to do business, someplace different. I'm here for a month and a half. So I'm trying to figure out where I can invite people to come, because I don't want them to come to my boat. So I'm trying to figure out where a good meeting place is. And I like the idea of leaving books in the laundromat, because there is a laundromat in a little plaza up here that, put the old ones up there for this month and say, call me, because I love that. And you're not out money that way. Call me for a new book.
Could you do like a weekly tabletop there or something in the plaza?
I don't know if I could or
even
not.
at the laundromat?
You might check
I don't know.
with the yacht club or the marina to see if you could set up. The marina probably will be more or less traffic, but you might want to do the yacht club. Usually they have like vendors on occasion once a month, so you might want to check it out. At least they do in Dana Point. So option.
Okay.
And that way you could hand out to get really inexpensive, printed off invitations. I'm here at this place every Thursday at 11 or whatever, like the girl did at the timeshare. Or if there's a hotel, they might, I mean, a lot of times if it's a hotel, they'll make you pay for the room. Even if it's just like the coffee shop or whatever. But that's why I was suggesting maybe in the plaza that's walking distance from where you are. I mean, you can get a little pop-up table for next to nothing if you don't have one. They're like $20 at Walmart, I think. And, you know, just set up a little simple table every, whatever day it is. I don't know what your schedule's like, but.
You might also too, like she said, the hotel, there's a lot of hotels around the marina, and say, I'm just here to offer your staff and your visitors a pampering party, a de-stress to go along with their vacation. And just ask them if they could set up a table in the lobby where the water is. And I've done that before too.
Well, that's a good one. Okay. There are a lot of condos here, more than hotels kind of surrounding the area. So I don't know.
Condos
I think
they'll have like a kind of like a, what do you call it? When those apartment cabanas or whatever, where they have the little like pool table.
Community room or something.
Yeah, community rooms. You never know. And it might.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. That's the whole thing. If you just go on a walk one day, everything within walking distance, you know, or whatever, and just kind of ask around and see. I mean, you never know if they're going to say yes or no, but it doesn't hurt to ask. A lot of times,
you have your sunscreen. Say, here, try this. Tell me what you think.
Ask for a manager if it's a hotel, or ask for the front office manager or front desk manager. They'll be a lot more likely to be receptive and have more information than just someone at the desk. I know because I used to be that. But you know, and it doesn't hurt to ask for someone that knows what they're talking about, because they can sometimes just give you the okay right then. You know, sure, yeah, that'd be great. Or, oh, I'm sorry, you know, policy doesn't allow it or whatever. Then you're not wasting your time going back over and over.
Right. Okay, that's good.
And the retirement, like Gail was saying, the retirement centers, not usually the assisted living, but the ones where they're actually more mobile, they usually have an events coordinator, and they're always looking for new fun things to do to offer their residents, things to do. So ask for the events coordinator or the I don't know what else you would call that. It's not really events so much, but recreational coordinator. You're muted, Gail.
Activity coordinator.
Yeah, there you go. The activities coordinator. Because they're always open and they're always looking for something new and different to offer their guests. Because otherwise, it's the same stuff over and over. So check that out too.
That sounds good.
Especially in Florida.
Good, thanks.
There may or may not be any retired people down there.
Yeah.
Or they're all retired because they can enjoy the boat. And so
or you could just set up a table right in the walkway on the marina where they have to go around your table to get to their boat. That could be enough.
You know, close to the restroom. Everybody goes past the restroom. So
well, quite honestly, there aren't a lot of people in the marina that are liveaboards like we are. There's only maybe half a dozen.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of different, but they do have rental pontoon boats and stuff like that. So they have people coming in for that. And they do charters and stuff like that. So yeah, I could set up a table maybe by the bathroom.
Well, I mean, it depends on, I don't know if you're just living down there and it's, you know, or if you're on vacation, it might be a little bit different for you too. But if you're just down there for a month and a half, just, you know, living on the boat and enjoying the weather, and you have some downtime and you can, you know, do your business periodically down there, then, you know, that's where you'd schedule when you want to do business, then just do that. Even if it's one day or
right.
Once every 2 weeks or something, as long as you have a date and you can hand out little invitations to it, then, you know, I'm sure you meet a lot of people down there.
Well, I'm trying.
Or even in the little shop area, maybe you can partner. There you go with partnering with businesses, maybe a dress or clothing line or an accessory line and say, you know what, I'd love to be able to treat your customers and do a relaxing hand treatment or something relaxing spa facial for your customers. How about if we, you know, partner together? I can bring a table in, and kind of like the dress barn, but it's in their little shoreline village kind of arena.
One thing you can do when you partner with a business is ask them, do you want me to advertise that I'm going to be here, and do you have a coupon that you're offering for people that come to my table? Because a lot of times they'll say, oh yeah, tell them 10% off if they mention your table or whatever. And then you're out there getting them business and bringing business in to their shop, and they're going to come, then people that are coming to see them are going to see you anyway. So it's kind of a win-win. I mean, you are sharing the dollars with that store, but you're getting both the people. It's got to be win-win for both of you. You know, it has to be good for them and good for you. Otherwise, they're kind of like meh. You know. So think of something that you can offer them, you know, too, as well as ask them if there's anything that they want you to offer to your contacts.
Lori?
Okay.
Lori?
Yeah.
I just did a presentation at our local gym called Burn Boot Camp, and I approached the trainer and asked them if we could come in and do a presentation after one of his exercise groups. And I said, you know, we would love to give you an added value to your members. So we're going to offer for an hour after their exercise session, free mud treatments, just so that they could see and detox their skin and their tissue. So that's what we did. And so we ended up selling a couple of things, and plus I booked like 3 facials. So I put in there, we would love to offer an added value to any of your, you know, like club members, wherever, you know, to a store, maybe their clients or customers, things like that. That's the quote, added value.
I love it. Okay. Very cool. You guys are so good. Cool. Well, it is 6:30, which means we have a couple more minutes. I usually start a little late and then try to end right about 6:30. But do anybody else want to chime in before we kind of start wrapping up? Yes, no, maybe. Do you guys have any questions at all about anything we've talked about? Any of you newbies or old?
There's some good tips.
Good. I'm glad you liked it, Maureen. This is what I love about Movement Monday is we're all just kind of brainstorming and chatting and getting like, ooh, oh yeah, that's good too. Oh, I like that. Which I really love. It's putting all of our brains together to do the business and help all of us succeed, which is awesome. There's going to be some great webinars coming up. We just got an email today. I don't know if it went to leaders only or to everyone, but I think it went to everyone, with the webinars coming up for March. They're doing less of the live webinars, which is fine, it's great, but the ones they're doing are very specific to either, I know on the 2nd there's going to be one about the new Fast Start program. Again, all of you consultants, whether you've been a manager before or are currently just a brand new consultant, everybody can do this program and earn Royal Jelly every 3 months. You can earn a whole set, or you can also earn, become a manager and check all the boxes on the list of things to do for Fast Start. You can earn an iPad Mini, I think, or iPad Air Mini or something like that. So all of that is on jaffraroyalty.com. If any of you haven't been there yet, all the new programs, summer trip, all the recognition for 2017 is all on that website. So you can share that with your consultants, new consultants, anyone, and you can go there to remind yourself of all the things we can earn this year. So it's great. It's jaffraroyalty.com. So beyond the webinars on Beautiful, when they're out, if you can't be there because you're working or you're having a party, it's a good excuse not to be there, then they're available on demand, so you guys can watch them later and get the same information. So it's really good. But on On the 2nd, Juan Carlos is going to be answering questions about the Fast Start program. So that'll be a great one to get on there and ask any questions you have, get all the details, and get clarity on the program and how it works. So we can all earn the perks. Well, all the consultants anyway. So this has been a great call. I really appreciate all of you sharing. I love it. I love that you guys are all willing to be here and willing to share. I appreciate each and every one of you as usual. It would not be as fun if it was only me talking to me. It really just wouldn't happen. So it would not be nearly as good if it was just that. So I appreciate all of you guys sharing and sharing your experience or your new ideas or questions or all of that. It all has great value. And sometimes even you new girls, pipe up and ask a question, because sometimes it makes those of us who have been in a while think about something new. And sometimes in answering the question, we get new ideas too. So never be afraid.
Great ideas tonight, girls.
Yes.
I have lots of notes.
No, me too. Never be afraid to ask questions, and never be afraid to share an idea, because it's never, there's never anything, none of us are sitting over in the corner going, oh my gosh, I can't believe she said that. We're always here to cheer you on and to learn from each other, whether we're new or have been around a while. So, all right. I'm really glad you guys are here. I will see you next Monday, same time, same station. Hook up with the groups on Facebook. Don't forget to join Jafra Beauty Insiders, which is Jafra's new group. And of course, I think most of you, if not all of you, are on Jafra Events Information and Training, which is my group that has almost 2,000 people on it. I'm so excited. We're almost at 2,000. So. And
do you want to also remind everybody about the website stuff before month end?
Website stuff? Which stuff are we talking about?
If you have a website,
okay,
to change.
Yes, sorry. If you have a Jafra.com personal website, you have to go in, just go into Consultant Connection, which is on Jafra Biz. Go to your website manager and into billing, and make sure that you have chosen $24 a year. Because if you do not do that and you have not done that, your website will end as of the 28th until you go back in and resubscribe and change that. So make sure that you have done that and chosen the $24 a year. If you had the $88 plan, so you had paid for a whole year on the old $88 plan, you'll get a credit on your account for the difference. If you had the $8 a month, obviously it'll just charge you $24 once for the whole year now. So very cool. The new Jafra social content is on social.jafra.com, or you can click on Jafra Social in Jafra Biz. There's a link there too.
Lori, I just wanted to say that when you do that, you do have to update your credit card information, and it should prompt you to do that. But if it doesn't, you probably aren't doing it right, because you have to do that. They did tell me at Jafra that you have to do that in order to get the $24 to switch it over.
Yeah, you can't just say, okay, it'll make you re-enter your same card information. Even if you're not changing your card, you have to re-enter it.
See what colors you want. Yeah. You can't take the new card.
Right.
Okay, and if you already are on the 24 from the beginning, you don't have to do anything, right?
You should be fine. I mean, if you want to double check it by going in there and looking,
last day.
You can do that. You can go in and check just to make sure it's selected. If it's selected, then just get out of it and you're fine. But you want to make sure that you've selected the 24 and make sure it's in there. You can just double check it by going to Manage My Website under Consultant Connection and just look at it. It'll be obvious.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question though. All right. I think that's it. Love you guys. Mwah. Go out and finish your month end strong. I don't care if there's only less or a little more than 24 hours. You can still go out and sponsor 3. Really, you can. or 1, or just go out and talk to your 3 to 5 every day. That's the key. 3 to 5 every day. All right? We got it? I'm watching you.
Got it. We got it.
All right. Thank you for being here. I will see you next week. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Lori.